What is up everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am going to be doing a rank 30 Bibi guide. I will tell you the best build for Bibi, the best maps for Bibi, and some tips and tricks to make you better at Bibi. So without wasting your time, let's just start the video. So first off, let's start with Bibi's build. Now this is a tough one because this is more on preference and which one you think is gonna be more helpful to you. So I will tell you the builds and you decide which one you want to go with. So starting off, we have the gadgets. Now personally, I never use the other gadget which slows down enemies, so I would always go with the health gadget, and I think the health gadget is more useful. But if you do use the slow gadget, then go ahead and just keep on using it. I just prefer the heal one more. Which one I think is better? I think the heal one is a bit better, but whatever you guys want to go with, just go with which gadget you prefer. Alright, so now we go to the star powers. Now this is where this gets even more complicated because both of the star powers are good. Now I like the fast one more, but I think the shield one is a bit better in solo showdown. In free, I think the fast one is better, but I was using the fast one in solo showdown also, so I was kind of like playing around and seeing which one is better and which one I liked more, and I couldn't decide because I went the shield one because of buzzes, but without the buzzes then I can just easily go the speed, and the speed one is really good and can help you out a lot of times. So honestly, read over the star powers for Bibi and see which one you think is going to be more useful to you, because if you have the speed one you can catch up to people faster and dodge easier, but if you have the shield one it can tank more damage and it can be good for endgame. So you just decide which one you like better. Now we go on to gears. Now gears can also be a bit complicated because you want to go with which build is better for you. So if you do go the shield star power, I would suggest to go the speed gear, but at the same time, if the map doesn't have bushes, then there's no point of going the speed gear. Now I'm gonna be honest guys, for gears it's mostly your preference. Whatever you think is gonna be useful to you, you want to go. But the most common gears or the most common builds that people go with is shield and damage. Now if you're interested in which build I went for Bibi to get her to rank 30, I went the heal gadget. I used both of the star powers, so for star powers I can't really tell you, but I think I used speed and shield. Like I can't tell you because I was really using both of them. I was switching it up a lot, so either shield or speed. Then I went the health gear, and then I went the damage gear. Now you may be thinking that I'm crazy for going the health gear and the damage gear, but the reason I went the damage gear is because Bibi can't really counter other tanks as much as the tanks can counter you, so that's why I went the damage gear, so it can deal a little bit more damage to the buzzes, to the El Primos. And I went the health gear to just heal up, because when I'm versing like teamers or one traders and they're attacking, I can just easily heal up to maximum instead of just it taking longer to just heal up, and by the time I try to heal up I'm usually dead. That's why I usually like going the health gear for almost all the tanks. Alright, now that we're done with Bibi's build, let's get to her hypercharge. Now, do you need the hypercharge to get her to rank 30, and will it help? In my opinion, yes, you would need the hypercharge because it did help me a lot while grinding Bibi to rank 30. With that hypercharge, it just helped me so much times. Like if I'm like trapped or if someone's trying to pressure me, I activate the hypercharge and throw the bubblegum. But the thing is, it's really easy to get her hypercharge. And what I mean by this is I tested out how much shots it takes in order to get her hypercharge, and it only takes 6 attacks. So if you hit a brawler 6 times, you will get her hypercharge. And if you do hit like 2 people, that's even going to be faster because Bibi does have Pierce. Now, I saw Brawl Stars tweet that there are going to be changes to the hypercharge prices and stuff like that. Or I'm not sure what's going to be the change. By the way, when I said prices, I'm not sure. So I don't know what's going to be the changes, but there are going to be some changes to get the hypercharge like faster. It's going to be easier to get hypercharges or something. And there is not going to be a hypercharge unleash event anymore. But because of that, I would suggest waiting for that change to happen and then getting her Hypercharge if there are any changes. But if you do have 5k coins laying around and you have nothing to do with them, I do suggest getting Bibi's Hypercharge because it is really helpful and it is good in Solo Showdown and free. Alright, so now that we're done with Bibi's build, let's get into Bibi's best maps. So the best map for Bibi, in my opinion, for Solo Showdown is Safety Center. And this is because when it does come to endgame, you can just easily bounce the brawlers back in the storm, and this can be really good and really easy to do because when they try to come back, you can still bounce them in the storm. But this really depends on your gameplay and if you want to risk getting either first place or getting a lower place, because you can die while trying to do this. But if there are like people beside you, then you can just launch them in the storm and just keep on launching them in the storm until they do something or they just die. Now, another good map for Bibi is Stormy Plains, as you can get the most amount of profit from your Hypercharge on that map since there are a lot of walls there. Now, if you're gonna grind Bibi in free, then I would suggest to just play soccer, since soccer is probably Bibi's best mode. Alright, now that we're done with the build and the maps, let's go into the tips and tricks. Alright, so the first most important trick that you want to know for Bibi is the double bubblegum damage. So basically what this does is when you knock back, you do twice as much damage with your bubblegum. So if your bubblegum does, for example, 1000 damage, it does 2000 plus your hit. And to do this, you basically just need to time it. So how this works is basically you need to be at the center of your shot, and right before you do the knockback, you want to throw your bubblegum. This is how you do it, and yeah, just practice it, and if you practice it enough, you'll be able to do it every time, or most of the time. And also, if you are like fighting someone in Solo Showdown, like you will not be able to do this unless you're like focused. Like if I'm doing a 2v1, then it's kind of hard to try to do that. Basically what I'm saying is if you're not focusing, you probably won't be able to do it and you're gonna forget about it. But if you are focusing and you're about to go for someone, then yeah, you're gonna be able to do it. Another big trick that I would suggest for you guys to do is if you are going to attack someone and you do want to eliminate them, then make sure there's a wall beside you and hit them to the wall, because if you do hit them, you're just gonna knock back them and you won't be able to catch up with them. So just always remember that. Another thing you should know is if you are pretty new to playing Bibi, then just know that her attack, like shooting speed, is pretty slow. So you can kind of wind it before you attack someone. So if they're not in your range and you think you are gonna get to their range, then go ahead and just start attacking. Alright, so if you do see melodies in Solo Showdown, don't even try fighting them. I tried fighting them and you usually just end up dying. So do not try to push a melody unless they're low. Another thing to not do with Bibi is when you see an Edgar with a super, and you do not want to waste your knockback. And this is because the moment you waste your knockback and the Edgar is smart, he's going to jump on you and kill you. So you do not want to waste that knockback on anything. So if an Edgar is basically trying to make you waste it and is chasing you, just run away. Like, you do not want to waste it, because once you waste it, there's a low chance that you're going to win that fight. Now, same applies with Buzz. Kind of. Now, there's two ways to deal with Buzz. Now, first one is not to waste your knockback, and when they do super you, you knock back them and just run away. Now, the second solution is a risk, and that is because when he does super you, you try to knock back him so it cancels a super. But by doing this, you are risking him getting a stun, and if you do fail, then you will probably die. So this is a risk, and do whichever one you want. Now, if a Cordelius does super you, just go behind the wall and play Ring Around the Rosie, because he won't be able to get you. And if he does hypercharge you, just try to do the same thing, but it will be a less chance that you will survive. And yeah, that's basically all the tips and tricks that I can tell you guys for Bibi. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. And if you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like. If you didn't, then you can leave. Have a good day and goodbye.